What if I told you the most powerful healing foods in the world were never invented in a lab, never patented, never advertised, but quietly written into ancient texts thousands of years ago? Most people don't realize this. Before modern medicine, before industrial agriculture, before processed food became the norm, there was a system of nourishment designed for endurance, resilience, and survival. These weren't just meals, they were systems of healing, and somewhere along the way, we forgot them. But here's the unsettling part. Two of the most powerful foods on this list, especially number 6 and number 7, were once considered essential for survival in harsh, unforgiving environments. Yet today, most people have never even tasted them. That's not an accident. That's a disconnect from the land, from tradition, from self-reliance. And today, we reconnect because these biblical meals aren't just history, they are instructions. Number 1 begins with something deceptively simple, yet profoundly enduring. Barley and lentil stew, hortium vulgare and lens culinaris. A meal forged in scarcity and perfected in survival. Barley was one of the earliest cultivated grains in human history. It thrived where other crops failed: poor soils, dry climates, unpredictable rainfall. Lentils, equally resilient, were protein-rich, fast-growing, and dependable. Together, they formed a complete nutritional system. This wasn't luxury food, it was survival fuel. So why did it disappear? Because it was replaced. Refined grains took over. Convenience replaced durability. Nutrition was sacrificed for speed. But today, in a world facing soil degradation and rising food costs, this meal matters more than ever. Barley grows well in cooler seasons, tolerates drought, and improves soil structure. Lentils fix nitrogen, enriching the ground for future crops. Plant them once, and your soil gets stronger. Cook them slow with garlic, onions, and herbs, and you get a meal that stabilizes blood sugar, supports heart health, and sustains energy for hours. It endured, quietly, for centuries. Number 2, a food so humble it's often dismissed. Figs with goat milk. Ficus carica paired with Capra aegagrus hircus. This combination was a staple in ancient diets across the Middle East. Figs grew abundantly in dry climates, requiring little water once established. Goat milk, easier to digest than cow's milk, provided essential fats and proteins. Together, they created balance. Natural sugars for energy, healthy fats for absorption, fiber for digestion. But modern systems replaced this with processed dairy and refined sugar. Convenient, but incomplete. Today, figs can be grown in containers or small yards. They are drought-tolerant, long-lived, and incredibly productive. Goat milk, now regaining popularity, is easier on the gut and rich in nutrients. This isn't just a snack, it's metabolic harmony. And we're only getting started, because number 3 was once considered sacred, and for good reason. Olives and sourdough bread. Olea europea and naturally fermented wheat. Olive trees are legendary. Some live for hundreds, even thousands of years. They thrive in rocky soil, harsh sun, and minimal water. Indestructible. Their fruit produces oil rich in antioxidants and anti-inflammatory compounds. Paired with sourdough, bread fermented slowly, breaking down gluten and increasing nutrient availability, you get a meal that supports gut health, brain function, and longevity. So why was it lost? Because speed replaced patience. Commercial bread eliminated fermentation. Industrial oils replaced cold-pressed olive oil. The result? Food that fills, but doesn't nourish. Today, growing olives may take time, but once established, they produce for generations. Sourdough, once learned, becomes a lifelong skill. This meal teaches patience, and patience builds resilience. Number 4 introduces something often misunderstood: honey and wild herbs. Raw honey infused with plants like thyme, mint, and hyssop. honey was more than sweetener. It was medicine. Naturally antibacterial, rich in enzymes, a powerful preservative. Wild herbs added antimicrobial and respiratory benefits. Together, they created a natural defense system. But modern honey is often pasteurized, stripped of its living properties. Herbs became supplements instead of daily nourishment. Yet this system still exists. Bees still produce. Herbs still grow. Plant thyme, mint, or oregano in your garden. Harvest responsibly. Pair with raw, unfiltered honey, and you restore a system that protects the body naturally. Number 5, a meal built for endurance. Roasted fish with bitter greens. Fish like tilapia or sardines paired with wild greens such as dandelion or chicory. This combination provided omega-3 fats essential for brain and heart health alongside bitter compounds that support liver detoxification. Bitterness, once valued, now avoided. Modern diets removed bitter foods, replacing them with sugar and salt. The result? Overloaded systems struggling to detox. But bitter greens are some of the easiest plants to grow. Many are considered weeds. Dandelion grows almost anywhere. It requires no care, no watering, no permission. It survives. Pair it with sustainably sourced fish, lightly roasted, seasoned simply, and you create a meal that cleanses while it nourishes. Number 6 takes us into preservation and intelligence. Fermented vegetables and grains. Think early forms of pickled cabbage, fermented grains, and soaked legumes. This was microbial wisdom. Fermentation increased shelf life, but more importantly, it transformed food. It made nutrients more bioavailable. It introduced beneficial bacteria. But modern systems sterilized everything, killed the microbes, extended the shelf life, removed the life. Today, fermentation is returning. Simple jars, salt, thyme. Cabbage becomes sauerkraut. Grains become easier to digest. The gut begins to heal. This isn't a trend, it's restoration. And number 7 may surprise you. Dates with nuts. Phoenix dactylifera paired with almonds or walnuts. This was portable energy, dense, efficient, long-lasting. Dates provided natural sugars, potassium, and fiber. Nuts added fats and protein. Together, they stabilized energy and supported endurance in harsh desert climates. But today, energy comes in processed bars and artificial drinks, short bursts, followed by crashes. Dates are easy to grow in warm climates and store for long periods. Nuts, once established, produce annually with minimal intervention. This is survival nutrition. Compact, reliable, proven. And now we approach something deeper, because number 8 and 9 were not just meals, they were systems of survival. And number 8 begins with a grain that refuses to die. Spelt bread with olive oil. Triticum spelta. Spelt is an ancient grain, untouched by modern hybridization. It retains a stronger nutritional profile and is often easier to digest. It grows in poor soil, requires fewer inputs, resists disease better than modern wheat. But it was abandoned because it didn't fit industrial systems. Lower yield, more effort, less profit. Today it represents independence. Bake it into bread. Pair with olive oil, and you have a meal that nourishes deeply without relying on fragile supply chains. It's not just food, it's freedom. Number 9 was once considered essential for survival in the harshest conditions. Locusts with wild honey. Yes, locusts. High in protein, extremely efficient to harvest, sustainable in a way modern livestock cannot compete with. Combined with honey, this created a nutrient-dense, energy-rich meal that required minimal resources. But cultural shifts pushed it out, replaced it with industrial meat systems, resource-heavy, fragile, unsustainable. Today, insect protein is quietly returning because the truth is undeniable. It works. You don't have to adopt it overnight, but understanding its value changes how you see food. It challenges assumptions, and it prepares you for a future where adaptability matters. And finally, number 10, the most underestimated yet powerful system on this list: milk, curds, and simple grains. Fresh milk fermented into yogurt or curds paired with whole grains. This was daily nourishment, balanced, accessible, sustainable. Fermentation made milk easier to digest, increased probiotics, supported gut health. Grains provided steady energy. Together, they formed a complete living system. But modern dairy processing stripped away the life. Ultra-pasteurization extended shelf life, but reduced vitality. Today, small-scale dairy, raw or minimally processed, is making a return. Homemade yogurt, simple grains. Food that works with your body, not against it. And here's what ties all of this together. These meals were not designed for convenience. They were designed for survival. They didn't rely on complex systems. They relied on nature, cycles, patience. They were grown in harsh conditions, prepared with intention,